Alrighty, chat. Thanks for sticking around. Do appreciate y'all being here. Sorry about that long break, man. Everybody, well, 2 of the 3 people in the house want to tell me their life story. You know, crazy. But thanks for sticking around, chat. Do appreciate y'all being here. Big Mert, you check. There's no grass growing streams on Twitch, and actually, I agree about the funnel cake. It should be. You're right. No grass growing streams on Twitch. That's a shame. Honestly. Maybe we should corner the market on that, huh? Corner the market on that one. We could have a like you know how like there's places that have like animals and you can like feed the animals, right? Well, what if you could like cheer bits to like spread some fertilizer or turn on a sprinkler for a minute, you know? I think we could have the greenest, lush piece of grass in the West, in the Midwest, you know, controlled by Twitch chat. That'd be dope. That would be hilarious, by the way. Cheer bits to turn a sprinkler on for, you know, two minutes or something. And these kind of ideas are why I don't have internet at the farm, because that's something I would set up down there. Yeah. I'm thinking too highly. What are they gonna? Oh, you could cheer like 10K bits to spray Roundup and just kill the grass. How about that? You could cheer like a little for a sprinkler or a lot to kill the grass. Have a huge puddle of water in the lawn? Probably. Well, I would say if I set it up at my farm, the farm has really good drainage. Yeah. Like I know once upon a time, there was a guy. This is hired. Okay. A guy came down from like the county or something to do a percolation test for like septic a million years ago. And like as soon as he did it, he started walking away from the hole that he dug. He like poured water in there, and my grandpa goes like, "Where are you going?" And the guy's like, "Oh, I gotta go, blah blah blah, wait so long." And my grandpa was like, "Turn around, the water was already gone." This is like a million years ago. But yeah. Ziggy Zinger, what's going on? How are you? Welcome back. But yeah, like the percolation test, it's unreal how that water just disappears down there. All right, chats, we need to actually the JCB here. We don't need the lime spreader. We've got lime spreading covered. So let's go put this away, shall we? Part of our putting away equipment after the harvest. We're done spreading. Well, we're done spreading lime until we buy fields. How many months do we have till we buy fields? Because I want to do it after we sell pigs. We have 3 more months. 4 more. Okay. Might as well just leave this out then. Not going to park it. Doing great. Eating dinner and relaxing. Let's go. GG's. Alright, we're going to park that about right there. I don't know why the other day. Oh, I discovered this shed has doors. I don't remember it having doors. So I closed them all. Just because I could, you know? That was really the only reason, is because I could. So there's that. All right, we are going to plant. I have started giving straw to the critters. I need to give some to the pigs actually here in a minute. So we're gonna go plant a little barley. I don't need a lot. I just need a little, you know. Just a little. Not a lot. It is me, myself, and auto driver course play. You betcha. You betcha. Yep. It sure is. All right, so let's see. If we plant field like 3, maybe. Although 4's ready right now, I don't have to wait. Let's go plant 4. That'll be enough. Why do I smell something burning, chat? It's not good, right? Maybe somebody's having a fire? Maybe one of the neighbors has the fireplace going or something. Actually, it's probably a guy across the street. The guy across the street put an addition on last year. And part of his addition that he put on was like a wood stove. Or a fireplace or something. I don't know. I haven't been in the place to see it, but man, they really like using it. So it's just like half the time you go outside now and it's like, whose house is on fire? It's like, oh, it's just Buddy. It's just Buddy across the street. No big deal. Buddy the elf, you know? Not a big deal. Alright. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. There, Chuck. See, now I'm gonna spin it and use it against you. You shouldn't have told me. Just saying. Because now you'll be Chuck. What do you think of that, huh? Oh, man. Did I know there's a Norwegian map? I did not know there was a Norwegian map. Norwegian. No, I did not. How is it? Lord, you're not wrong. It is nice, but I don't know. I don't know if I want a house that would have, like, you know, I don't think I would ever want that. Would I test it? No. I don't really look at a lot of maps unless I'm actually like wanting to play them. And even like, what was I gonna say? Usually I don't even, unless I'm ready to like play a new map, I don't even look at maps. I don't want to. I like to finish maps. I don't like to map hop from map to map to map. I don't do that. So, usually if I'm like, okay, I'm kind of done with this one, then I'll start looking for another one. But until that point, no, I'm not. I don't go and download just a bunch of maps. So yeah. I do not. Alright, let's go. Let's park this wagon. Give wood heat in the shed. I got you. Different than the maps I play. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not opposed to playing something different. And honestly, we were talking earlier about maybe doing a maybe like a crossplay mod only kind of map. And for that, I could definitely see doing something a little bit different than I would normally play. So maybe something across the puddle. I don't know. You know, I normally don't play across the puddle maps. Usually I play American maps. So could be something, chat. Never know. Never know. Yeah, we've had, over the years, Lord, people have been like, why don't we put like a wood stove or some kind of like wood heat in our, like down at our farm. And Dad's thing always, he goes, when I walk in the shed, I want to turn heat on and I want heat. He's like, I don't want to wait for it. That's always Dad's reason when somebody's like, yeah, you should do wood for heat. And he's like, nope. When I turn it on, I want heat. It's like, I don't want to wait. Be cool if we would do that. Yeah. We were talking about starting something different. Maybe do like Saturdays only. I got to come up with some kind of like, this is what you have to do to join. I don't want like, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. It needs to be based on like probably watch hours maybe or something where like, you know, if you've never watched, maybe you're not gonna get in, but like if you have a few hours, so we can kind of, you know, you kind of feel out how we play and you know, we kind of get to know you a little bit before just letting people in or something. I don't know, chat, but need to figure that out. Just something that's kind of like fair for everybody, you know, that we're not going to let like first time chatters that have never watched, we're not going to let those people in probably, but you know, you can join after 5 hours, 10 hours, something like that. That's what we should probably do, to be honest. So yeah. No, Lord, that does make sense, yeah. It does make sense. When one of my brothers had a property up in northern Missouri. Had a property in northern Missouri, and he had a fireplace in his house with one of those like inserts. No, there's no test. We don't need a test. No. I don't know. I think just make it where like, you know, if we know you from chat, then you can get in if you're brand new, not so much. So yeah. But yeah, he had a fireplace with an insert, and it was awesome. When you'd get a rip roaring fire in there, and you'd turn the blower on the insert, that room would be so hot. After being like out working on his place during the days, you'd go in and make a nice fire. Oh, it was awesome, to be honest. Just watch. I got you. You made the inserts. That's pretty cool. That was a Facebook Marketplace deal. They bought it out of the St. Louis area, and we met my brother halfway one day, roughly halfway between like St. Louis and he lived in Chillicothe at the time. And we went and picked it up off Marketplace, and then like met him halfway. And yeah, it is nice to eat. I don't care for the smell. I can't stand like smoke anymore. I can't be around smoke at all. Makes my lungs hurt just thinking about it. So hey, chat, look, right out there. Something triggered the light on the camera. I don't know what it was though. I didn't see it. Kind of motion back there, you know. That's all right. But yeah, that was nice, except for that one winter. I think it was the first winter that they lived there. They didn't know how much firewood they were going to be going through, trying just to heat the entire house with that insert, because they didn't want to spend money on propane at all. And that first year, like I went up there for like a couple weeks, or like a week or whatever. And it was literally, you had to go out and chop wood during the day to burn at night to stay warm, because they were not spending money on propane. Although I think my brother, he would have, he actually was like out of town. I was kind of hanging out with like my sister-in-law and nephew is why I was there. And, so yeah, during the day I'd go out, there was snow on the ground and I'm like going out and like chopping wood and splitting wood and stuff and then bringing it to the house so we could stay warm at night because they absolutely, or she, my sister-in-law, refused to spend money on propane. It was a long couple of days, okay? We'll just say that much. But it was fun. I was out, like, I would find, like, maybe kind of a, which I know you're supposed to, like, season your wood and all that, you know? No. I'd go find, like, a half-dead tree and cut that sucker down. And yeah, I know that, Lord, yeah. I know that, but they didn't, they put up a bunch of wood, but it wasn't enough, right? Thanks for the hydrate. But first we hydrate. But yeah, they put wood up. They just didn't put enough. So then the next year, they put up enough wood probably for 2. They had a decent sized shed on that property that they didn't really use for much. And the one whole, like, I don't want to say like, no, not the whole back wall, but like probably half of the back wall, maybe like a fourth of the building. It was a good sized building actually, but probably about a fourth of it. They just like kept putting firewood and then they'd build another firewood rack and then they'd put more firewood and build another rack. And they stored it all inside. They had so much firewood by the time they were done. And then I don't know if they ever actually used it all. I know they ended up selling the place, and I don't know if that was still there when they sold or not. They were only there a couple of years before brother got a different opportunity with work and moved somewhere else. He actually moved back to the St. Louis area after being up there. So yeah. First year. Yeah, I mean, they had a furnace and like it worked fine and it kept their house totally fine, and they had the money for the propane, let's put it that way. My sister-in-law is very frugal, okay? Very frugal. So, yeah, if you can go cut down firewood for basically free, I mean, you're paying for gas and saws and chainsaws and stuff, you know, all that, but basically it don't cost you nothing. Just a little maintenance on your saw, and actually that the winter I went up and had to like cut firewood down to stay warm at night, they didn't even have a tractor at the time. So literally I was going out on my nephew's, this is so bad. It was a 94 or 90 cc four-wheeler. Okay. Little guy. That thing would zip even with like big guys on it. Right. I would go out with that with a chainsaw, find the tree I wanted to cut up. And then I'd go back to the shed and I would attach like a sled to the back of this chainsaw with a rope. And I would literally make trips across their property with this little four-wheeler with a sled behind it. And that's how I would load up wood in the sled and pull it up to the house. About 60, your finger, yeah, pretty much. But yeah, it was hilarious. It was a wild time, let me tell you. It was wild. I mean, it worked, and you know, I kept warm during the days because I was out, you know, chopping wood. So, oh yeah, it definitely worked. What is this guy doing? Why is he? Oh, he must be resetting for a long pass. That's what that is. Okay, I was like, what the heck are you doing, bud? Yeah, it definitely worked. It was kind of awkward and made for some long days, but it's okay. Wait, where does this? You know what? You fill the corn back here, I bet. This is the dump. There's a fill point back here. Okay. It's like, wait a minute. See, then the next spring or whatever, they got him a there's almost 3 loads of corn here. Wow. They got him a little Kubota, front end loader, brush hog. He actually bought a bale lifter. I wouldn't want to call it a fork because they weren't sharp, but it was for like moving around bales. You could go like underneath the round bale and pick it up. And then he built this big like carrier thing for it. And he would like, I never participated because by that time they were you know, doing their stuff. Didn't go up there quite as much, but they would go out and chop and split wood and then use that giant box. That's how they'd get it all to their to the shed to stack it. It was on the 3-point hitch of that tractor. It worked quite well. Polar Bear, it's going. How are you today? Welcome in. That's how they did. I mean, they put up a ton of firewood at that place. But it was a 12-acre piece of land with like a 2-acre pond. There was actually a smaller pond too, like a little second one. And then, gosh, I don't know, it was acres of woods. Of their 12 acres, it was at least a few acres of woods. There was some open ground. Once upon a time was like a pasture, but a lot of woods. So it was a really cool piece of property, honestly. Yeah. You just got up from your nap. Let's go, Polar. Let's go, Polar. The only downside to that property is the internet sucked. But nowadays you just get you a Starlink, you know? And it was like not super far out of town, but far enough out of town. It was an awesome piece of property. I was kind of bummed when they sold it. I enjoyed going up there and doing projects and stuff. It was a lot of fun. Really, especially once they got their tractor. Once they got their little Kubota, that really helped. Pulling trees down, moving firewood, mowing. Lots of mowing. Yep, that was a good time. Actually, what was it? Oh, they borrowed a Mahindra tractor. That's what it was. One time I went up there and they had a Mahindra with like a 3-foot brush hog. And I mowed like a 6-acre pasture. Or something. I was out there all day long. Oh man. And whatever I was mowing, there's some kind of weed out there that was constantly plugging up my radiator screen. I should have probably drove backwards, but I didn't think of that at the time. And so I would go mow. It wasn't even that long. I'd go mow for a few minutes, like maybe 20 minutes. And then I would have to drive to his shed and blow out the radiator screen, as my temperature gauge would start to be not happy. And then I'd go mow again for a few minutes. That made for a long day, but I got it done and it looked really good. So yeah, it was okay. It turned out really nice in the end. So I was having fun though. I didn't care. I didn't care if it took 3 days to mow that. I would have gladly would have done it. I was having a blast. So thanks for that follow. Appreciate you. Welcome in. How's it go? All right, so the pigs are full of food now after that 100,000 or almost 100,000. Let's go. Let's go. Pull this in here, dump off the rest. We got 2 more loads to grab. Doing a little bit of ATSing right now, you know, with my not American truck. A little ETSing. But we're in Iowa. I don't understand. good. So good. But yeah, that was a fun property. The pond, the 2-acre pond was like a swamp and really needed to be like redone. They'd drain it and take it out. I think part of the reason it was a swamp though is the neighbor, I think it was the back of the property, the neighbor had at least a donkey and maybe some other animals. And like their lot that they had the donkey in and stuff, like it was pitched and it ran right to the pond. So it's like, well, you know, that pond's full of like, you know, donkey poo, you know? I imagine that didn't help anything, but it was a straight up swamp. It was not a nice pond at all. But it was a cool piece of property though. It really was. Oh, yeah. Kind of miss it. Neat little town too, Chillicothe, Missouri. Neat little town. The best part of Chillicothe, Missouri is it had, I don't know if it still does, had 3 Casey's General Stores. So, I mean, that's huge. That's actually where the Casey's obsession came from. Because when we would go up there, we would live on Casey's Pizza. Because my sister-in-law's cooking, even though it was okay, you know, but Casey's Pizza was really good, you know? So, you betcha. Make or break it down, exactly, yeah. And actually back when, so this has been years ago, but they still had a Pizza Hut buffet back in. We went to that at least once and got lunch there. It was good. I think they didn't have much in that town. They had like a Dairy Queen. They had the busiest McDonald's ever. That place was crazy. I think they had a Golden Corral. I never went to it. I think there was a Chinese buffet. And like there was a Walmart. And not much else. Oh, there was a Subway and a Sonic, of course. Was there even? I was assuming there's a Dollar General. Or 12, probably. But yeah, not much of a town. Not much of a town. The big thing, there's a I'm not even gonna tell you because y'all are gonna make fun of me for even saying it, but there's things. There was a Goodwill. Used to go to the Goodwill a lot there. So yeah. You betcha. You still have a Pizza Hut buffet, but it's not as good. Yeah. Pizza. Interesting. Gotcha. Gotcha. I think the last time I had a Pizza Hut buffet, it was like a newer and not the same at all, yeah. East of Chicago. Wait, east of Chicago? Wait a minute. East of Chicago? Is that like the name of a place, or are you talking about like a location? Is there east of Chicago is a lake? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, it's the name of the pizza company. Okay. All right. I was like, wait, are you trying to get me here? Yeah, they did, Lord. Actually, I heard something about like Pizza Hut might be in trouble. Like, they might be closing. East of Chicago Pizza. I would Google it, and I'm just going to be hungry, so we're not going to do that. That's interesting. I was like, it's all late, guys. East of Chicago is Indiana, home of the Bears. I think east of Chicago is Michigan. Don't make me look at a map again. I looked at one of, you know, Europe earlier today. I think it's more like southeast. But we're not getting, you know, yeah, it's fine. Close enough, right? East is still involved. Lake's in there somewhere. Yeah, the lake is in there, yeah. You betcha. I've seen it. I've been there. If you wanted pizza, you'd have to go 2 hours. Holy cow. That's not worth it. Not worth it. Although actually Pizza Hut, I couldn't tell you, like, it's been years since it's been probably a year since we've had Pizza Hut as like a family. But their thin crust pizza used to be fire. I love their thin crust pizza. Like a sausage pepperoni thin crust Pizza Hut. Oh yeah. That was the stuff, man. That was so good. Those are all being closed down. No, I gotcha. That, and I heard the place that has the Frosties. I heard a bunch of them are getting ready to close too. The place that has the Frosties. I'm not going to say the name of it. Oh, man. But anyway. You just love their pan style? Yeah. Yep. I know I've told the story before, but that time we went to Maryland for brother's wedding, and we stayed for like a week to like work on his house and stuff. We would order Pizza Hut like every night because it was like the one thing in that small town that we could order. And finally, they're like, "Y'all can't have any more hand toss or like hand tossed. Yeah, we don't have any more. Like, you cleaned us out." Oh yeah, leave her alone. She's great. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Static, I'm doing. How are you? Food That Built America. Food That Built America is a great show. I haven't seen the Pizza Hut one, but I think I've watched like the KFC one. There was a run there where Dad and I were watching like one of those a week for a little while. Those are great. Yeah. Dirty Max, what's going on? We're doing. How are you? Let's pop it. Farming is going. I just got a corn harvest done. And I accidentally sent some corn down to the train. So that's what I'm trucking it back to the homeland. That's what I'm doing right now. This will be my last load that I have to truck. But we're also kind of waiting on a seeder to get done too. So. Yeah, Food That Built America is very... I watched one where they were talking about like... the Hot Pocket. Yeah. Yeah, Hot Pockets. Just got a lot. Doing some plowing. Let's go. We've got 3 plows running right now. I do as well. So yeah, I'm waiting for a field to be planted, and then we can fast them. So yeah. Lava Pockets. It doesn't have the same ring, you know. Burn your face off, Pockets. You know, they got rid of the aluminum thing in there, the little cover. The little sleeve, you know, they got rid of that. Like years ago, apparently. Didn't know. Kellogg's, yeah, all those ones, they're all good. I've not come across one that we didn't like. The KFC one was really good. I want to say we watched like a McDonald's one too, but I could be wrong on that. I know there's a movie about that too. That one's crazy. They're all really good. How it started, yeah. KFC one was good. Yeah, there's a bunch. They're all good. I've not seen one I didn't like, so. You betcha. There was one about something else too. I don't know. That's a great series to watch though, yeah. Just don't watch it like before ordering DoorDash, you know? Don't sit down to watch it and be like, oh, we should order DoorDash, because you'll order all of it. Or don't watch that before like going to an all-you-can-eat buffet, because you'll eat it all. I'm just saying. All right, so that's the last of the corn down here. Not sure how we ended up with that number, but whatever. Oh, you know what? I sent the truck that one time. That's probably how. Although it's 96%. Hold on. See, it's set to 85. I don't like that. I like 100 personally. I want my trucks to be full if they're driving away, you know? That's what I want. Full trucks, Jeff. All right, let's go put this corn away, and then we'll check our planter. See where we're at with that. Now that I'm going to give, if I'm going to keep giving the animals, I need to give mess with bales too before we pest them. But now that I'm going to give the animals straw, I need to be watching for another planter. Because one is just not, I mean, it works, but like we could go so much faster with two. I'm just saying, like twice as fast. Whoa. That's how that works, by the way. That's how that works, if we get the same one anyway. And turn. Let's go. Made it. Gotta go fast. Fast. We'll catch you later. Have a good one. Oh, I'll leave you a present, by the way, in your house in Minecraft. I'll leave you an Elytra. If I remember to do it, I'll do it later. You betcha. Alright, let's get this hauled. And then, hopefully it's planted. Are we planted? We're mostly planted. I might take over and do Enros. We can go faster than AI. That's not bad. We're still plowing. Betcha. Oh yeah, aesthetic. You betcha. You betcha. Right. Nobody wants to come farm with me today, so we out here by ourselves. And that's fine. That is fine. I don't know what they're doing. Static, no idea. Not a clue. Nice hydraulic, or actually it's a pneumatic. Pneumatic cylinder, not a hydraulic. You can tell by the noise. There's no door to, that's fine. I'm spectator mode. I can get places. It's all good. Could be air over, I mean, I guess. It sounds to me just like it's air, though. You know, because there's, I mean, there's just two, I don't know. It's farm sim, though. It's not super, you know? I think in real life, these are air, though. Like, just straight up air. Because it makes sense, right? Because you have air on your truck already. I could be wrong. Not a truck driver. In case y'all didn't know. Not a truck driver. So I don't know. All right. Yeah, because if they were hydraulic, then of course you'd have to have a wet kit on your truck. And I don't know. I think you'd have to stop to engage the wet kit. That runs off your transmission. Runs on like a PTO on the transmission. I do know that. So I don't know. I don't know how that works. All right. Plow is done. Hooray. On to the next field. You're not done. You're not done, Plow. No, not done yet. Go across the road. Let's go. All right. Hooray. One more field. Actually, okay, Buddy's not done there. And Buddy's definitely not done down there. How bad's his maintenance by now? Actually, not terrible. Kind of impressed. All right, Steven, we will catch you later. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. Here's the type of trailer at ethanol plants. Nice. Nice. New trucks can engage hydro while driving. That's probably a European thing, right? I feel like we might. I don't know. Have that around these parts. I don't know. I don't know. That's pretty fancy, though, huh? Pretty fancy. All right, so I'm going to let this guy just go a little farther here, and then I guess we'll take over and, or you know what? Maybe we go clean the shop up while we're, I need to move bales, too. Hold on. We're back to moving bales. Never enough bales. We got to figure out where to give the bales to the pigs, too. Oh, they have plenty of bales in here. Okay. Oh, no. I think we kind of lost that bale and grabbed the bale all at the same time. That's pretty fancy. Pretty fancy. All right. Air valve is better than hydraulics. I would imagine there's a lot less to it if you use the air, right? As opposed to hydraulics. There's just more involved there, right? I would think, but I don't know. All right, where do we drop this off as food? I don't actually know where this goes. Apparently it does. Okay, cool. All right. And they don't hold a ton either. Okay. Interesting. All right, let's go. Let's get some more. How to drive. It's a novel concept, I know. Novel idea. You know, at least with the telehandler, you know, we have some speed. Whereas if we were using the skid steer for this, maybe the speed's not a good idea. I feel like I should just use a trailer for this run, though, honestly. And it kind of, I guess I could use a trailer for the cows, but kind of annoying to get a trailer in there. But this run would be great with the trailer, honestly. So, yeah. Oil makes a mess. Well, that's a valid point, yeah. That is definitely a valid point. Yeah, that would make sense. Should have kept that bale trailer, chat. Although, honestly, no, because to unload a whole stack of bales there with that bale trailer, I would want that anyway, because then it would just be in the way. So, if anything, we'll just use, we'll just switch to using our semi-truck probably for this job. Truck and trailer that we have, you know? Yeah, that does make sense about the mess, though, for sure. For sure. All right. $20 to $30. Hold on. Let me do the quick googly moogly here. What is that in freedom? You're getting almost 12 inches of snow after just getting 70. Holy crap. Oh my goodness. How do I calculate that? Calculate it. Google. Recalculate. Hello, Google. Google. After you, oh, hold on. Hold on. You just got 30 inches of snow, and you're gonna get another 12. What? How do I stronger? Yeah. That's crazy. 4 to 8 Monday for Sean. Yeah. Quite literally nowhere to cross. Our road is 1 lane instead of 4. I shouldn't laugh, but Jiminy Christmas. That is so much snow. Oh my God. That's like those videos from Russia of like the apartment buildings or whatever. Oh my goodness. Actually, no, chat. We're gonna, no, resist the urge to go over there. Don't do it, chat. Don't do it. That is so much snow. Godspeed. Perks of living in Eastern Canada. Wow. Tuesday, it's gonna be, oh, is it really gonna get that cold in Florida again? Wow. What's, oh, wow. Yeah, we haven't seen much of it. Well, in fairness, at least I had that snow on the ground for like 2.5 weeks here. That was a long time for us. Normally we don't have snow on the ground for that long around here, so. Oh man, so I watch, I've talked about watching Roman Atwood before, and he's down in Florida for the winter. If it's gonna be in the 40s, they're gonna be complaining. You're gonna somehow move to Florida or Australia. Oh man, that's so much snow. That is so much. All right, chat, what else are we taking to the shop? We already got the other little grain cart like this there. I'm not going to sell off my slurry applicator, the little guy. Not going to sell off the backpack sprayer because honestly, it does a good job. The other corn planter, I could sell that corn planter off, but I think I keep it. Honestly, it just works. Yeah, let's take stuff to the shop. We're going to keep that. We're going to keep that. We're going to keep that. We're going to keep everything here. I ain't getting rid of nothing. All right. Here I am, like, wanting to get rid of used equipment or some, like, stuff we're not going to use anymore, but at least we got rid of a grain cart. You know, we're going to get rid of 2 of them, actually. Because, honestly, they've been sitting in the shed for a while now and haven't been used, so might as well let it go. Might as well. Well, just remember, with all that snow, remember to lift with your back in a twisting, jerking fashion so that you don't have to shovel any more snow after like 5 minutes, okay? That's how that works, because you'll be, you know, you'll injure your back and then won't be able to do anymore. So that's how that works, right? Probably not, actually, but yeah. Yeah, don't do that. Remember to stretch. Take breaks. It's like, you know, heart attacks from shoveling snow are a very, very real thing, too. Just saying. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Don't we have a thing? What the hell is that? I don't know what that is. I want it, whatever it is. Hold on. We used to have a thing for that, right? We don't have that anymore. Dang it. Oh, we do. Yeah, here. There you go. Like, I know we used to have one. Found it. You betcha. Look at that Puma plaid dork posting his own emotes, Chad, huh? What a guy. What a guy. God. What a dork. My commentary is awesome. Thank you. I practiced. I lay awake at night and I think about things to talk about on the next stream. Yeah. Would you believe it if I said that was a lie? You probably would believe it, yeah. Probably would. Oh, man. Now, the big thing to have something to talk about is I have to, like, leave my house. If I leave my house, then I have something to talk about, you know? If I don't leave my house, I run out of things to talk about. You've learned a lot in the game. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I try. All right, let's take a few. We'll take this herbicide back with us and some seed if we can grab it. And then we got, I've actually got 2 different slurry tanks here. Yellow. Oh boy. And actually that's the last seed that we're going to have to buy on here, chat, because we're making our own seed now. So we don't need to buy any more seed. And if you all recall, these bales were for science the other day. So let's go ahead and run those. It should throw them on the back, right? Maybe. Yeah, buddy. This is where's the rocking chair, chat? It's like the Clampet's coming to town right here. Cheapers. I'm here for it. You're gonna forget everything when you play it. Well, guess what? If it's a Saturday, especially because I'm here like all day on Saturdays, except for maybe next week. I don't think I'm gonna be here next week, Chad. But anyway, if I'm here, you can always just come in and ask all the questions, and I'll be more than happy to answer all the questions. It's crazy how that works, right? As long as I'm here, I'm more than happy to answer the questions for y'all. So yeah. Just need to grab a kitchen sink and you'll be set. Yeah. You know, Big Mert, when we used to go, Mom was involved in this group. We're just gonna say, I'm not gonna tell you what the group was because it doesn't matter. But they would have a yearly conference in Missouri. And a lot of times Mom would she would do stuff for the group so that she would get like a free ride to this conference, right? So we'd go get a hotel at this conference for like a week and we wouldn't have to pay for nothing. Or pay very little because she was like working. Anyway, so every year it never failed. We're packing up the minivan or the big van or whatever back in the day, right? Every single year we'd be packing up and Mom would take we would take so much stuff, right? We would take so much stuff, and every year Dad would just go, "Give me an unbolt the kitchen sink," and Mom used to get so mad. Oh man, Mom was always pissed. She didn't like that comment. But like every year, without fail, Dad would say it. Every year. Usually it'd be like, hang on, I gotta go get a wrench. And Mom's like, what for? Unbolt the kitchen sink. Something. Every year. And then we would finally get on the road and they would just be arguing the whole time because I can't believe you brought that much stuff. Well, we need it all, you know. Every single year. That's so a comment you'd make to your wife. Nice. Every year. Yeah, never failed. I can remember way back in the day because, like, I don't even know what all we had, but we had like an enclosed trailer we like borrowed from where Dad used to work, and we like pulled that behind the big old Ford, you know. We used to rock a like a full-size Ford van as a family because, you know, we had so many of us. You betcha. That thing was a piece of junk. Anyway. All right, so we've got our mobile fertilizer. We got our fertilizer tender, chat. Look at this. That's what this is now, fertilizer tender. Look at that. I said today we're going to clean the shop up. Chat, we're 7 hours into stream, and we're cleaning the shop up. Would you believe that? We're going to go make the homestead a wreck. We're going to clean the shop up, chat. You betcha. You betcha, you betcha, you betcha. Do I like going to the big arch? Are you talking about the St. Louis arch? Are you talking about that arch right there? That one? Oh, man. I'm assuming that's what you mean, right? Lord, I think it's funny. I don't know if any, like, obviously you do, but like, I don't, that's a, yeah, that's a joke for me and that at this point, you know? Like, it's hilarious if you ask me. Yes, lol, okay. So being from the St. Louis area, I have definitely been to the Arch a couple of times. But the Arch is not something that people from St. Louis just like on a Tuesday, like, I'm going to go to the Arch today. You know what I mean? It's not really that big of a thing for if you live here. So I've been to it a couple times. A couple times I went to it where to like take people from out of town. So like when my brother, yeah, that was like an ex or something, brought her family to town, like we went there. So like, hey, we're from St. Louis. This is the thing we have, you know? If I live above or below. Depends on the day, Lord. So, the day. You thought I lived under it? Sometimes. Sometimes. Floridians don't like Disney, huh? It's probably pretty similar. Like people that live by, like, okay, people that live in New York City, how often do they go to the Statue of Liberty? It's kind of the same thing, right? Like, it's there, you know it's there, you've probably been there, but it's not something you go to like every day. You'd have to be loaded to do that, right? I think. I don't know. What's it cost? I'm not sure. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, it's kind of the same where it's like, it's not something people from St. Louis really do. So I was going to leave my truck out. Then I was like, I'm cleaning up. That's right. I got to park it, chat. I can't leave it sit out. Besides, I have 2 more trailers at the shop I have to go get. I don't know where I'm going to park them all, but I have 2 more trailers I have to get. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. People in Buffalo and Niagara Falls. Yeah, I could see that too. I don't think this trailer fits here, does it, Chet? I think that tender needs to be moved over a smidge. Or the dump trailer needs to be moved over a smidge. But yeah, it's kind of the same thing. It's like if it's in your backyard, it's not really that crazy, you know. You had a friend that went to the Statue of Liberty every day, but he worked there. That's valid. I guess that's allowed, Big Mir. I guess. Used to deliver to a chemical company in downtown. Used to see the arch there. That's cool. I mean, I'm a sucker for, like, you know, just taking a picture of the arch as you go down the highway and stuff. Like, I'm here for that. But yeah, actually, like, going to the arch and like going in the arch and stuff, I haven't been there for, God, like 15 years, 20 years, maybe. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. Oh yeah, at least. Oh, it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've been there. Yeah. Looking out from the top of the arch. Top of the arch, yeah, it's really cool, yeah. Is this normal gameplay or mod? I do have mods, yes. Yes. Well, I enjoy a little, I do enjoy some, salami. Sure. I gotta watch what I'm saying there. Oh, come on. Dang it, Bobby. I'm trying to get these perfect, and I don't really know why. I'm literally just going to mess it up next time I go to, like, use one, so. Doesn't matter. All right. Do you have to download mod to do what? You have to download a mod for what? Gods. This type of gameplay. So, like, what specifically? Like, this map is a mod. If that's what you're asking. But I don't know what I'm doing in my gameplay that's, like, weird or different. Do the mods work on laptops? You play the games on there? Yes. They should. Assuming the game runs on your laptop, because, you know. Yeah, if you play the game, then sure. They should work. You betcha. Alright. Up to food trailer number 1. Chat, we're about to have the shop clean. There's about to be nothing here. How about them apples, huh? What a day, chat. What a day. Right. Let's go. Yeah, it's true, Jeff. Yeah, you wouldn't want to play a 4X map probably on a laptop unless you had a really, really good laptop. Yeah, all the lifted trucks and stuff, that's all mods. Base game, like pickup trucks, you're looking at, like, you know, this guy and this guy, and that's it for base game pickup trucks. So anything beyond that, I mean, I do have a couple of trucks in here. I don't actually own them, but there's a Ram, and this is supposed to be a Ford, so. But yeah, any of that, like, lifted trucks, that's all modded stuff. There is some stuff in here, like, house-wise, but it's not, like, crazy. If you're seeing, like, a bunch of crazy custom stuff, then yeah, it's like this one. This is a modded house. This one's actually really nice. Oh, I forgot I had this one. So this is a house on the end. This is like a barn dominium, and then a 3-bay pull-through building on the end. So that one's actually pretty nice. But yeah, that's all mods, yeah. You betcha. I don't know offhand what mod that was, but it's in the mod hub. So this is called construction mode. So you can get to construction mode by going into your shop. And then you can hit the little hamburger down here. And then you can go into construction. And then this is what you're going to see. You're going to see sheds first. And you can, so this is not a mod. This is base game doing this. You can do sheds. You can do silos, silo extensions. I mean, there's all kinds of, you know, you want to build a grain bin house, you can do that. But these you actually have to, like, haul stuff to build it. Fuel tanks, there's productions in here. You have production like sell points, animal stuff, landscaping. That's all base game. That's all base game. There's no mods required for that. Everybody has it, PC, console, everywhere. So, in the main menu of Farm Sim, there's a thing called downloadable content. When you click on that, it'll take you to the mod hub. So yeah. Broke all the time, we should be purchasing. Yeah. I got you. So I'm assuming you haven't purchased Farm Sim, but you're thinking about it maybe? You know what? I'm going to park this over here. Because this is a slurry tank, so. Okay, your questions make a lot more sense now. All right. It makes a lot more sense to know that you don't have the game, that you're thinking about buying it. All right, fair play. That makes sense. So, PC or console is my question. Where are you thinking about buying the game? PC? Oh, you're golden, man. Can I give a breakdown on the cool things? I mean, the cool thing is that it just lets you feel like you're a farmer, you know, I guess. Farm Sim is pretty cool. I mean, I've been playing it for years. We have productions, we have forestry, we have animal husbandry, if you will. Obviously growing all kinds of crops. If we look in here, alfalfa is not a base game one that's on this map, but everything from barley, let's see, from barley all the way down. Onions are a thing now with the DLC. All the way down to wheat. That's all. I mean, there's a ton of different crops. You have your animals. Yeah, it's a really fun, like relaxed, like a relaxed game. You know, it's not high stress. It's not something to, there's no competitive nature to it. You know, it's just chill and play a fun game, you know? Mods, tractors, yeah, and especially so if you're downloaded on PC, there's a place, like I said, in the main menu called downloadable content, but it's actually the mod hub. That's a great place to start with mods. Then you can also download from like third-party websites. You do need to be careful with that and kind of learn what websites are good and what websites are bad, because there are some bad ones. So like just stick to the mod hub at first and then you can venture out from there. But yeah, overall it's just a fun, relaxed, chill kind of game. This thing has all the beacons, by the way. I've never used this trailer before. This thing's kind of like low-key sick. Oh, it does have this where we can use our mouse to, that's cool. It doesn't actually do anything. That's kind of unfortunate part of this. It doesn't actually like do anything, but it's kind of neat nonetheless. Oh, and then you just get close, it like just auto. That's cool. I've never used this trailer before. This is pretty neat. This is pretty neat. Answered everything needed. Nice. Let's go. And if you have any questions, if you do pick it up, feel free to come in here anytime I'm playing Farm Sim and shoot us a question. If I don't know it, somebody in here does. Oh, it actually, okay. That's actually kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie. Again, first time I've ever seen this, so that's kind of sick, to be honest. You're gonna buy it and check the mod menu out. I got you. If you're into like all the squatted trucks and stuff, I will tell you there's not a ton of those in there. Those are on like Facebooks and itch.io and other places, but they're out there. They are definitely out there. This thing is massive, Chad. Good Lord. Almost holds 40,000 and it feels like it. I'm just saying, it definitely feels like it. That's wild. And it's actually got, is that for getting stuck? I would assume that's for getting stuck. That's awesome. There's your pump right here too. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, okay, so the pumps, yeah, that's for like offloading. Okay. That's pretty neat. So if we could use that, with like the field bin, you just like pick up and go over the field bin and just puke it into the field bin. That's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. Not gonna lie. Wait till it gets to the top of the hill. You go really fast going down, or are you talking about because of all the axles it doesn't crest the hill? I could see that. Got decent brakes with it. Okay. I need that other truck. I need that W9. But I can't buy the darn thing, so. Oh yeah, there it is right there. That's exactly what Trent was talking about. Hold on, watch this, Jet. Yep, there it is. There it is. Fix the truck right up off the ground. Welcome to Farm Sim, chat. Welcome to Farm Sim. Yep, that's fun. That's fun. Alright. Mod Project, did you download it through Steam by chance? So if you're on Steam and you decide you don't like the game, Steam does have a return policy, of course. You can always read up on the Steam return policy, and if you decide you don't like it, then hey, make sure it's within that time, right? Just saying. Hit enter right as I crested, yeah. I do like all the beacons, though. I will say that. I do like the beacons, so that part's nice. Yeah, read up on I don't ever tell people what the return policy is. I just say go do the research yourself so you know what the Steam return policy is. If you decide you don't like a game, you can always, it's within certain hours and stuff, so. You betcha. Because I always get nervous when people are like, oh, you've talked me into buying a game. It's like, crap, I didn't want you to spend your money. I hope you like it. I mean, I think most people will like it, but yeah, that's just my thought. I mean, I've been playing Farm Sim since like 13 was on Xbox, so I've got a bit of a history here, if you will. Just a bit, just a smidge of a history with Farm Sim. So you betcha. All right, so chat, we are still plowing. We're done planting, which means we can fast time. We can fast time a day away. Betcha. 13 on PlayStation 3. Wow. Yeah, I was 13 on 360. I played a little Farm Sim before that on PC. But it was a darn little, So yeah, it was like 09, Farm Sim 09. Couple hours. Love gameplay like this. All right. Bet. Awesome. All right. So let's see. Let's check the used market. Oh, we have a pickup truck on sale. So I don't think I'm going to buy it, but it is there. We have another slurry tank, but we don't need it anymore since we have those other slurry tanks now. We could buy that all-in-one. This is that newer cedar. It's only 6 meters, though. It's kind of not that's kind of not very big, you know. You can play up to 16 player multiplayer. You can self-host your own game, or you can rent a server. Or if you had a second copy of the game, you could actually set up a server like on a separate second PC. You could do that too, which is what I do. I've got a server PC sitting down in my basement, and it just runs all the time, and that's what I'm connected to right now. So I am actually on a server, yeah. Let's see. Oh, the Highlands, the fuzzy cows are getting ready to breed. They're 80%, so that's good. Those cows are not ready, but we did just fast time of day, so our wheat needs to be fertilized. So let's go get that going real quick. Oh, yeah. So I have a computer sitting in my basement, and it has a Steam. Okay, so Farm Sim is like the only game I've come across to host your own server. You have to host it, like a dedicated host machine. You have to have your own copy. Whereas like with Minecraft and Satisfactory and what's the other server I've hosted? Rust. They just like allow you to host the server. You don't have to pay for anything. But with Farm Sim, you have to own another copy of a game. But that's if you want to set up like a 24/7 server. But if you just want to hop on with a couple buddies, just one of you needs to host it. Like whoever has good internet and a good computer can just host like your own game. The other way to do it is you can rent a server from a company. And that's, you know, not a bad option either. I don't have a preference on a company or a recommendation or anything, but that's not a bad way. We did that for a long time. It was okay. But I like running my own server now. So like I said, I've got a computer that's sitting in my basement, and it's running the Farm Sim server, and it's running a Minecraft server right now. And it's just got down there doing its thing, you know. So yeah. The perks of renting a server, typically they do come with like all the DLCs. The perk of renting a server is if you want to have multiplayer and you want your buddies to be able to join when you're at work and you don't want to leave your own machine on, and having a server that puts the server like processes and stuff on a different computer. So like if you host multiplayer, your computer is playing the game and having to do all the server stuff. So if you don't have the best computer, it can be kind of a bad experience for your buddies. But if you rent a server, it puts the processing power for the server stuff on a different machine, you know. But I wouldn't recommend that unless you like really get into it and you have a few buddies that really get into it. But like if you just want to casually jump on and do some farming, just go to multiplayer and hit create game. That's all you gotta do. It's really easy. Plow hosting solutions? No, I'm not hosting for anybody else. That's not happening. That is not happening. The only person I would consider maybe hosting for would be like Matt, but I don't know. Could I set up another Steam account? I don't know how that works. He'd be the only one I would actually host for. Other than that, no, I'm not hosting for anybody. So that's not happening. But yeah. All right, so let's see. We got 2 plows running, 3 plows running, and a sprayer. Chat, I think I'm gonna, well, no, I need to wait a few minutes for that, but I think I'm gonna take a little break while this is running. So that here in like half an hour, I'm not, you know, doing the dance. So I'll just, I'll be right back.